Okay, so before I do this monologue, I wanted to touch briefly on this question that I've been getting a lot from people, not so much on YouTube as off YouTube when I do my acting monologues and things like that. And that is why I seem to do more monologues that are written for or were performed originally by men. I actually don't do this intentionally. I've found that the more interesting monologues, the ones with more depth in them, are actually written for men, which is a interesting commentary on the film industry and the writing and acting as a whole. And I'm not going to let this turn into a rant on sexism in acting or in film, but I just find that male monologues tend to have a few more layers to them, and you can kind of add more to them. Female roles tend to be fairly straightforward. A lot of talking about love. There are a few female roles that I adore. Anything from The Devil Wears Prada. Anything from some of Shakespeare. It depends on the piece. And there are some pieces that are wonderful and wonderfully written and performed by women. I just tend to find that the pieces that are performed by men are more fun. Okay, so after that rant, and if you're still here, this is a monologue from Supernatural, the TV show, and it was it's actually in one of the later seasons, and it was performed by Crowley. So here we go. You have to believe me. When I suggested you take on the mark of Cain, I didn't know this was going to happen. Not really. I mean, I might not have told you the entire truth, but I never lied. I never lied, Dean. That's important. It's fundamental, but there is one story about Cain that I might have forgotten to tell you. Apparently, he too was willing to accept death, rather than become the killer the Mark wanted him to be. So he took his own life with the blade. He died. So, as rumor has it, the Mark never quite let go. You can understand why I never spoke of this. Why set hearts aflutter at mere speculation. It wasn't until you summoned me. No, it wasn't until you left that cheeseburger uneaten that I began to let myself believe. Maybe dreams do come true. Listen to me, Dean. Dean Winchester. What you're feeling right now, it's not death. It's life. A new kind of life. Open your eyes, Dean. See what I see. Feel what I feel. Let's go take a howl at the moon. Thank you very much for watching. So yeah, that was from the part at the end of one of the seasons where Dean dies and doesn't die. And that's all the spoiler that I'm going to give you guys if you haven't seen it. Most of you should have, but if you haven't, go start watching Supernatural, because it's amazing. All right.